On your marks.
So underway now, the women's B event. So Oakley Kerr to the outside, Waters to the inside. Might get a bit of a spread in this one. Top seeds are around that 17:30 mark, so 3.5 minute K pace. Through to about 19 minutes thereabouts. So it's Waters and Oakley Kerr side by side now for Letty, expecting big things from Taryn Folletti tonight. So Sarah Waters leads the way. Oakley Kerr quite happy. Also sitting up there early, Zali Metcalf from Wellington. On the inside to Jasmine Sidebottom, Mornington. So nicely bunched, going well to the outside there, Harrison from South Melbourne. Just trying to get clear space. So Sarah Waters leads the way. So into the back straight now. Obviously the headwind, or the wind's swirling around here at Lakeside, but from what I'm hearing, it's probably more of a problem down the back straight than the home straight. So opening lap, about 81 seconds, 82. So that's around the 10-minute mark. So 10-minute mark for 3K. What does that extended out to? About 16:40, 16:50 for the entire journey here over 5. So I expect the maybe time around the 17 minutes would be good. Sub 17:30 would be excellent for the B race here this evening as Sarah Waters sets the pace. So 10:11 for Waters last week here at Milers Club. Oakley Kerr just a little bit quicker than that, I think. McDonald just off the back of Waters. She ran the same time but in different races, 10:11 at the Milers Club. Folletti looks so comfortable. Young also looking good. Sarah Tucker representing YCW, ran for Victoria in the Australian Half Marathon Champs up on the Sunshine Coast. So good to see Sarah out here this evening on the 5K track. Olivia Twining, the Victorian steeplechase champion, sitting in about 8th position there. Lauren Cockerell just behind her. So Waters still happy to lead the way. Oakley Kerr very, very happy to sit in second. A little bit of separation starting to happen as we see Twining decided she wants to be part of that front pack, and Lauren Cockerell decides she wants to be up there as well as they go through the 800, 246 unofficially. So now dropping to around that 17:30 type of schedule. It's not surprising on lap number 2. So Waters happy to lead at the moment, but we'll be interested to see how this plays out, whether they do some teamwork to keep that momentum going. But Folletti just going to the outside. Oakley Kerr very happy to be on the rails. So Cockerell at the rear end of that field. You can see Tucker just onto the outside, side bottom to the inside of her. Young's looking strong. So Twining also in a good position there. So Metcalf in next position from Harrison. Also Maloney, Eden Hill from Albury, O'Brien, and then Williams. Little gap then to Seepin. And then we have Crawford. So through the 1 kilometre mark. So a little bit over the 17:30 schedule, I'd say, at the moment, as that breeze just continues to gust up here at Lakeside. Unfortunately, not quite the conditions we had last week for Milers Club. As we see Folletti looking quite good. It'll be interesting to see if someone decides to help Waters out front. Sarah quite strong, quite happy to just set the pace for the girls at the moment. She's had success here on this track, came third in the Victoria, or the Lakeside 10 one year in 33:56, I believe. So Sarah Waters on the comeback trail here in the South Melbourne colours. So Waters, Oakley Kerr, Folletti, McDonald, Sidebottom, Tucker, Young, Cockerell, Twining. That's our lead pack with 9 laps to go. The chasers, Maloney, a few youngsters here. Also Harrison, Hill, Metcalf, O'Brien, and the not so young but still very talented Angela Williams, dicing it there with a few of the junior girls in this B women's event. So Maloney just getting a bit of a break from that chase pack, leaving Harrison now to lead Hill, Metcalf, O'Brien and Williams just in the slipstream there. Gap to Seepin, another gap to Crawford, but they're still running quite nicely as they proceed around the track. I think the pace is going off a little bit again. It'll be interesting to see if someone decides that they're going to help out front. Perhaps Folletti has the go or the goods to do that. Oakley Kerr just sitting nicely on the rails at the moment. So they seem quite content to just sit on this pace as they come through to get 8 laps to go. So we're approaching the 2 kilometre, that's 1.8 kilometres in. So side bottom being asked the question a little bit now in that lead pack. Maloney on her own now, leading through. Harrison in next position. Metcalf going wide out there on Hill. Now Williams just passing O'Brien. So Seepin through, 8 to go. And Crawford looking really good as she comes through also to get 8 laps. But no change out front. Side bottom reattached to that pack. 7 minutes right on. 17:30 pace at the moment. So 2 kilometres down. Nice regular pacing here. Sarah Waters doing the job out front. So 3:27 the first K, 3:33 the second, and we do see a change in lead. So Oakley Kerr, her turn out front. So she was just under the, I think, 10:10 mark thereabouts for the 3K last week, and it's quite a little surge from Oakley Kerr at this stage. I wouldn't be surprised if Folletti tries to challenge that. It's now seeing a little bit of a break up as we see Tucker just coming in on Cockerell. So body's starting to come together, which often happens in these windy days here. And our next pack still working well together. Harrison and Williams out front of that. As the young lady from Diamond Valley, Maloney, out on her own. And Oakley Kerr, in the space of 350 metres, has put a 20-metre gap on the pack. So Alice Oakley Kerr going through 2,400, so approaching the halfway mark. So Crawford now coming through. Seepin's just through at 7 to go. So great move here from Oakley Kerr. A little bit brave potentially early on, but let's see if she can hold it. She is quite talented. She's had a great XCR season running for the St Stephen's team, who finished second to Glen Huntly for the Women's Premiership. So Oakley Kerr coming through to get 6 to go. McDonald, Young, Waters, Cockerell still in the mix there. To the inside of her is Folletti. Then Tucker, Twining. Side bottom in next position, been dropped from the pack. Now Williams and Harrison working as they chase Maloney just in front of them. So Erin Maloney through. Then Williams, Harrison and Hill in that order. Metcalf next up. Then O'Brien. Seepin. So Oakley Kerr coming round to hit the 3 kilometre mark. The lap board goes to 5. So strong running. The young lady from St Stephen's. McDonald in next position. Waters still there coming alongside Young as McDonald leads the chase there. So 10:24 at the 3 kilometre mark. 10:24 for Oakley Kerr. 10:32, so 8-second differential from the leader to the chasers. Waters and Cockerell still side by side. Twining in next position now, steeplechase champion. Sidebottom in next position, coming in with a 19:19, so she's through a 10:51. Big run here from Sidebottom. Now we're finding Maloney's been joined by that chasers in Williams, Harrison and Hill, leaving Metcalf out on her own, so too O'Brien. As they come through the 3 kilometres there. 11:10 for Metcalf. O'Brien still looking good as she comes through at 11:15 at the 3 kilometre mark. But out front, that lead is extending. So Oakley Kerr still leads. McDonald. Young in next position, then Waters. A little bit of a gap then to Folletti. So lots happening in that leading group as the gaps are really starting to form. So Oakley Kerr leading the way, 4 laps to go. Waters once again just using the home straight win just to surge back forward towards the 2 in front, which is Young and also McDonald. So Folletti in next position. Waters, sorry, it's... So Tucker and Cockerell still together. 4 to go there for Twining. So Sidebottom next through as we see Williams taking the lead in the chase pack behind. Harrison working off the back of Williams. Hill to the outside of them and looking very strong, the young lady from Albury. So wind still gusting quite strong here at Lakeside Stadium. As we see Oakley Kerr going through. Get over the 12:30 mark now. So O'Brien through. 4 to go for her. As we see lap board now changed to 3, and that's for Oakley Kerr as she goes past Crawford. She's now chasing down the lap runners. This gives us something new to focus on as she comes through to get 1,200 to go. So it'll be 3 laps out. Alice Oakley Kerr coming in with a seed time of 17:30. So Oakley Kerr, McDonald, Young, Waters, Folletti, Tucker, Cockerell, Twining. All in the home straight together. So 3 out now for Tucker. Williams really starting to surge forward now. Harrison just dropping behind her. Hill hugging the inside rail as well. And then Maloney in next position. And then Metcalf. At 4 kilometre mark now. 13:54 there for Oakley Kerr. So still about that 7 to 8 second differential between Oakley Kerr and McDonald and Young in next position. Folletti now joins Waters. Tucker and Cockerell still together. Then a gap of 15 metres back to Twining. So Metcalf through. 3 to go for her. As we see Oakley Kerr coming down. And she'll be getting 2 laps to go. Now once again, all competitors to finish in lane 3. We require all competitors to finish in lane 3. So Alice Oakley Kerr getting 2 to go. So Cockerell now just ahead of Tucker, Twining in same position. Folletti and Waters working together. Now we're seeing Young go past McDonald into the second spot. Still about an 8-second gap to Oakley Kerr. Oakley Kerr looking good down that back straight, and Young really launching forward beautifully there down the back straight. Waters now just getting ahead of Folletti once again. As we see side bottom coming through, the young lady from Morning Peninsula running very strongly here tonight at Lakeside in these conditions. So Hill just getting ahead of Harrison. Williams coming through to get 2 to go. As Oakley Kerr comes around the top bend via the VIS. As we see Young doing the chasing now. So Oakley Kerr looking goods. She'll come down and get the bell. Young charging through nicely. Now Folletti's coming alongside Waters. Cockerell and Tucker still locked together. So 1 to go. Alice Oakley Kerr in the B race. 16.02. So we're looking at sub 17.30. Big run here from Young. She's cleared away from McDonald. Waters and Folletti still in a good battle here. Probably trying to chase McDonald down as well. Seepin coming through to get 2 to go. So Tucker, Cockerell, still together. This has been one of the great mini battles through the course of the night. So Sarah Tucker now just got a metre up on Lauren Cockerell, and the very strong and determined Olivia Twining gets 1 to go. But down the back straight, this ain't over as we see Young, just those long legs of Young striding out down the back straight. 200 out for Alice Oakley Kerr. She's leading the event still, but we're seeing that lead just whittling away as the long legs of Young, Michaela Young, to start to do the damage around the top bend. So Oakley Kerr's just got to keep her wits about her as she comes into the home straight last time. Side bottom through at 1 to go. Then Williams, Harrison, Hill, and we'll see Alice Oakley Kerr easing out into lane 3. Michaela Young not too far behind, but looks like Oakley Kerr's going to do it. It's going to be a nice finishing time here. It'll be sub 17.30. Great performance, Alice Oakley Kerr, but gee, look at Michaela Young finishing off now, and a big run from her, but Oakley Kerr takes a 17.22. Young will be rewarded with a sub 17.30. McDonald in next position. That battle between Folletti and Waters still going on. And it looks like Sarah Waters is just going to take the goods there over Taryn Folletti. Sarah Tucker, she'll be in next position. So great running from Tucker and Cockerell. They'll both be well under that 18-minute mark. So very high quality B race here this evening as we see Olivia Twining coming through, and she'll also be under the 18-minute mark. So very, very good depth here in this race as we see up the top bend, side bottom being chased down. So it's one of our youngest competitors and the oldest competitor in this field coming together now as they come into the home straight. And side bottom just slightly ahead of Williams, but Williams has got a nice little kick here. But it looks like the young lady from Mornington Peninsula, she'll take it. She'll be under the 18.30 mark. So nice running there, right on 18.30 there for Williams. Just over the 18.30 mark there for Harrison. Eden Hill, good running from her. She'll be next one across. 18.45 was her best. She comes through under that time as we see Metcalf and also Maloney coming into the home stretch together. So Metcalf next position, under the 19 minutes. So too Maloney. As Cassandra Seepin from Melbourne University. And also Charlotte O'Brien from Frankston come into the home straight. And one of our youngest competitors will be Charlotte Crawford. She's got a 19.45 best time, and she's going to be well under that here as O'Brien crosses the line for Smile. And then it is final finisher here. 19.45 was the time, and she's going to be in the 19.30s. So great running there from Charlotte Crawford. And that completes our women's B race, including